my God, it's a marathon, Amy Lee. Kia ora and welcome. My name's ZoeStibi and I am your vocal coach for today. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Amy Lee from Evanescence with Bring Me to Life. Who doesn't love this song? Who doesn't love it? But if you're interested in improving your vocal technique like Amy Lee can sing, check out the links in the description below for my online singing school as well as my free singing lesson. Anyway, let's just get to Amy Lee. She doesn't need singing lessons. So you can hear that, how can you see? Got that cry that also, obviously brings the emotion into the song. Let's try it again. We've got thin vocal fold here. And you can hear that, I've become so numb. And she clicks into that chest voice there. Thicker vocal folds as she's coming down the range. And that whole, how can you? Very much a head voice sound. You can hear these gaspy breaths, but there's no air in the sound. Watch what type of breath she's taking. You got also as well, become so numb. She's open up the mouth there to come into more of the chest voice sound. And then when she's doing these little short, sharp, high breaths, that's giving the emotion to the sound, but we've still got very closed vocal folds, no air in the sound really. It's a big misconception that people have about this song, that it's very, very breathy. I think in the recording, it's very breathy, but when we're in a live situation, we're doing that amount of cry. Now, obviously, she's a wonderful singer, so she could probably choose to do either breathy or non-breathy in this beginning part of the song. But when you're adding in that much cry, it's actually kind of difficult to add in the breath sometimes. That this might actually be more comfortable for her. So when we've got this spirit soul, so we've got, again, it's probably more of a head voice dominant mix. So when we're talking about the mixed voice, I want you to treat it like it's a gradient. Chest voice down here, head voice up here. And so we can kind of go from like a chest voice dominant mix, which would probably be my spirit soul. Sounds a little bit more chest voicey, and she's kind of got a little bit more here. So the sound, it's lighter up there. Now, obviously, it's very dependent on the singer. It's very subjective as to like where we would place ourselves. Let's just watch her body language, because we're actually getting a lot more energy from the way she's presenting the sound rather than the way that she's singing it. Because when you go, sleeping somewhere cold, you've still got that kind of almost head voice feeling. That's why I'm saying it's a little bit of a lighter sound, and we're not driving the air. So if we were to add more of the chest voice in there and thicken the vocal folds, it would sound a little bit darker and a little bit weightier in the sound than what she's doing there. Okay, so wherever, there's, I'm sure that people would be like, oh, this could be a backing track. You heard there was one wrong note there, and that's what I love about these older recordings. We didn't have as much auto-tune back in the early 2000s as you do now. Well, actually, I lie. Maybe there was like more, but these sorts of bands definitely didn't use it. So we've got come at me if you want in the comments about that. I know there'll be a couple of them. So we've got this leave me back home, breathy sound, taking the head voice down into the chest voice register, which is why it sounds a little bit like hollow, back home. And that's actually really sensitive. It's a lovely way to transition into the chorus there, because it's like she's gone back and it's like this kind of scared sort of feeling, and then she's going to break out for the chorus here. Okay, this is definitely not auto-tune, because I mean, like, that dude is out of tune. I mean, he is just basically like yelling into the microphone, which is the point. It's not meant to be, so wake me up. It's not meant to be sung. It's more like a rap or a spoken on pitch kind of section of the song. And she's going, wake me up inside. Now, the reason why so many people find this song challenging, so we're right on that B4, and that's usually right on the tipping point between the chest voice and the head voice for most female singers. So we want you to think really crying, and don't take loads of weight up with you. Wake me up inside. So we're trying to keep that. It's just like, this is not my song. This is like right on the part of my voice where I just wouldn't sing. But I mean, love you guys is why I'm demonstrating. This sounds fucking awful. So she's amazing, right? So we got this, wake me up inside. I'd probably go a little bit lighter, to be honest, if I was singing this song. So I want you to think cry, and really thinking about making that trumpet shape. Let's just watch it again. So many people, when they sing this song, I mean, this has been out for a while, so there's been a lot of students that actually even have someone singing this song currently in the studio, and I just like love it, celebrate it. I just don't want people to create that darkening, that wake me up inside. I can't, it's not in my natural voice. I really genuinely think that Amy Lee is not putting that sound on. You could create it by doing a little bit of that, either dropping the soft palate so the sound becomes a little bit nasal, wake me up inside, and kind of dropping the back area of the tongue, which would then make pitching difficult, because that's why people struggle with this. When we try and darken the sound, we often take the pitch with us. Another way you could do it is with a little bit of tongue tension. Wake me up inside, call my name. But then the other kind of bad, like the downside of that, is that it could cause a little bit too much closing within the throat and make it really hard for you to keep the vocal folds thick at that point. Play around with the sound, but I would just say, like, sing it at a comfortable place in your voice, and don't try and create her timbre. This is, and I don't know if you've noticed, but the chorus and the verse is actually in a really, it's again on that B4, which is a really, really tricky part of most female voice registers. And this song is just sitting right in the sweet spot of Amy Lee's voice, which is why she just kicks ass when she's singing it. So now that we've got this, now that I know what I'm without, it's almost like a little bit of a cry. We're dropping the larynx to get that slight darkening of the sound there. But that's hard. Like, that's hard to darken a sound at this part of your range when you're going for such a like on the edge kind of mix. I would say if this is a song that you really, really, really want to be able to sing in the original key, you have to start working on your chest voice. Get my free lesson down in the description below. I would personally work with a singer, working on the chest voice, working on the head voice, and then we blend the two together with working on the passaggio. I just really love this, that we've got this energy kind of build in the second verse, but you can see that she wants to push. We've got an increase in the vibrato. She noticed that it scratched, became a little bit unstable, and she pulled herself back vocally. Totally normal when we're trying to add an energy. What often happens is we then start pressing with the voice and we go a little bit out of tune. So we want to bring the energy into the song through the look on our faces and our energy that we're putting into the performance, but not really trying to change anything here at the level of the vocal folds. So glad that Amy Lee and I have a very, very similar dance move. Yeah, just like fist like fists in the air. Oh, I just love it. So you could see it, Bridge to life. And I think she like wobbled on that note. Yeah, life, which is what, see, I said to you that it was those muscles at the back of the throat, life. And that's that sort of like Judy Garland kind of sound. We've seen it a lot with Sydney Christmas, actually. This tightening of the pharynx here at the back of the throat. And that is also a way to darken the sound. Okay, you can really clearly hear there that there is a track in the background with the harmonies of her sound. So when she's going, bring me to life, she's kind of gone into a breathier head voice there. Really, really lovely. And then she's going to go up to bring me to life. We heard her sing the C there. I only know what notes these are because, as I say, I've got a singer at the moment singing this song. We've been going through the melody. When she went up there, you could see it's just like a little bit under the note. I would probably said a little bit of a tongue positioning coming forward would have been a great idea to kind of lift the, often when we go into that vowel, we drop the pitch. Okay, before she goes into the bridge there, so what we've got, bring me to life. She's really got that lovely quiet sound at that point. She hasn't gone louder. Honestly, massive mistake that singers make when they're singing this song is they try and push too much volume. And like volume is so boring when we come to singing a whole song. Like we want to kind of take the audience on a journey. And if you're just being yelled at, the audience is literally going to switch off. This is making the song more interesting. So good. And can you hear that? She went into more of a belt position there. Because she went, as I said, forward tongue position, much better. It's on the B4, right? Like it sounds so interesting and sounds so exotic. I'm not poo-pooing Amy Lee, okay? I'm just saying it sounds really exotic. We're like, oh my God, that's so high. It's not high. Well, right on the female passaggio, but it's not a particularly high note to because we're live, full on belt there. She sat on the note, a little bit of vibrato coming in for the coloring at the end there, but she got frozen inside. Did you notice when she went in, without your touch, without your, if she was speaking this kind of like, when she was speaking more text, those closed vowels were also taking away a lot of the volume. So when we're in this type of voice quality, we want to spend a little bit more time on the open vowels. Let's just watch that again. going to the second part of the diphthong. If you're struggling with stay on the first part, frozen inside with, just makes it easier. Look, when you've written a song and you've sung the song for as long as she has, you can sing it on any fucking vowel that you want. It wouldn't make any difference. I'm sure that Amy Lee could sing this with a bloody chest infection in the pouring rain. Okay, she could sing this at any day. But it's because it's like really deep in her muscles. It's become quite automatic for her. So that only you, very hard to keep in that mixed sound with quite sort of almost a chest voice dominant mix, much thicker sound. It's louder, right? It's more exciting at that part of the range. So keep the vowels open. Oh my God, it's a marathon, Amy Lee. I mean, I said this wasn't high, but when you're like singing a whole song, like nearly 4 minutes of a whole song up, and you are not moving out of this like mixed kind of sound, that is challenging. That is really, really challenging. So she's amazing. She's amazing. The reason why that is so challenging is because we really want to give our voices like a bit of a break in between so that they can release the tension to then like build the tension up again. I think that's why a lot of people, I've said that a lot, like a lot of people struggle with the song. It's a hard song to sing. So did you see there? She kind of like spoke in the middle of it. She's getting more emotional, kind of like moving herself around a little bit more. And when she's going, bring me up inside, she's kind of going back and upwards, much, much easier to belt up this way, giving more space here, but you're actually increasing the activation in the head, neck, and the upper back muscles, which really help you to hold back the breath while we are in this like thick vocal fold quality. We don't want, like, the air would be the death of the sound. Gets like a little bit repetitive, doesn't it? Like just hearing the same thing over and over again. I don't know, let me know down in the comments. I love this song, but I don't think I realized how like penetrating it was until I decided to like have a little look at their vocals. But I feel like in the recording there's a lot more variation in the sound. This is like very much just like a wall of sound, which is what I was saying about, you know, when you end up just having sort of like a wall of sound, it's just kind of like loud, it gets a bit boring. But I mean, I listen to a lot of music. So when we've got, she's very much similar, you know, similar voice quality, not similar, it's exactly the same really. You can see that though she's trying to bring in like more effort, more energy into the movement, into the energy that she's putting into the song. But the vocals have not moved, and that's what I'm talking about. Maybe she's gotten a little bit thicker, but I highly doubt it actually if we were to really go and juxtapose that against one another. I think another reason as well why she can like just go and give absolutely everything to the song is because, you know, often the most famous songs that that artist put out are the ones that close the show. So that might have been like her very last performance that she was doing for that performance. She's absolutely amazing. What a fantastic vocalist. And I've had a look at her before on the channel, so you can check it out up here. But, you know, she's a fantastic singer and she's just done amazing stuff. And I can't wait to have a look at more of her vocals. If you'd like to see Amy Lee on my new series coming out very soon about then and now, looking at a vocalist's vocal journey, a vocalist's vocal journey, great with words, Zoe, looking at their kind of technique and the way that it has changed in their sounds and the way that it has changed over the years, let me know down in the comments, because I feel like she'd be a really good one. She's had a very, very long career, which is incredible. I absolutely love Evanescence. I love Amy Lee. I love what the music that she's putting out. That song is a marathon. That song is really a marathon. So I would really say if you're struggling with that, I want you to walk around. I want you to do some relaxation maneuvers. I want you to, you know, roll your shoulders, get some stuff going, because that's the way that we're going to stop all of this cramping going on here at the level of the vocal folds. And I feel like you need to build yourself up to this. So maybe you don't start the first verse and don't start the first chorus, like so hardcore. Sing a little bit more in a head voice quality and build yourself up to this level of stamina that you really need to sing at this mix, like in this mixed voice quality at that level. Because this is, yeah, it's hard for any singer, okay? Professional or non-professional. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. I'd honestly really love to see you around here more often. It helps me hugely to help more people like yourself with their vocal technique. If you're like, Zoe, I really want to do what you say in this video, I'd love to do all of that. I want to work on my belt. I want to work on my chest voice. I want a belt really fucking high. Let me know down in the comments. And also check out the link in the description below where you can apply for one-to-one singing lessons with me. I'm going to be taking on a handful of students this year because I really, really want to work with super motivated singers, and I can't wait to help you with your vocal technique. Check out some more Amy Lee up here, and I'll see you around here next time. Happy singing! Kakitano. Oh, by the way, honestly, check out the freebies down below, and like anyone can learn to sing. You just have to want to be able to do it, and like that's what I'm here for. Anyway, Kakitano.